Be the change. Welcome to Be the Change. Thanks for everything. I have no complaints whatsoever. That is my new mantra. Thanks for everything. Gratitude. Thanks for everything, good or bad or whatever, ups and downs and all that jazz. Thanks for everything. I have no complaints whatsoever. Accepting everything as it is. Great Spirit, what is the overall weather for the read today? Possibilities, yes. Possibilities. With the world, possibilities of getting more stuff, get a bigger house, finer car, more luxurious clothing, bigger brands. Those are possibilities in the material world. And then you also have to work and gather all these things. And yeah, so possibilities. There are so many possibilities. There are so many things to do with your life, where to go, what to do for work, what to do for your personal life. It's like endless. And what? These cards are weird. There we go. The eagle has an overview of all the possibilities contained in the landscape below as he flies freely, naturally, and effortlessly through the sky. He is really in his domain, very grand and self-contained. This card indicates that you are at a point where a world made of possibilities is open to you. Because you have grown more loving towards yourself, more self-contained, you can work easily with others. Because you are relaxed and at ease, you can recognize possibilities as they present themselves, sometimes even before others can see them. Because you are in tune with your own nature, you understand that existence is providing you with exactly what you need. Enjoy the flight and celebrate all the varied wonders of the landscape spread before you. Because you have grown more loving towards yourself and more self-contained, not lashing out in all the emotions and all the different directions anymore, but you're more self-contained. So now you're the observer. You have the self-love and self-acceptance. Now that you're the observer of your emotions. But you don't always have to react to them or speak it out loud. You can just observe it, let it pass, like the clouds. We do have a mind, body, and soul. Our mind has enormous possibilities. Our mind is the most remarkable tool ever. Like the mind is just amazing. Mind is just amazing and can figure out so many things. You can lay out puzzle pieces, present little puzzle pieces, and then you can just sit there for a little bit and your mind, without you having to do anything really with it, your mind just takes it, boom, 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 puts it together, and then out comes something else from it that you put together from those little pieces. Mind has the possibilities to be quiet and allow for the physical and allow you to be present in the physical world. And while you are present in the physical world, you also are allowing your soul to experience the world. So once your mind is quiet, you're existing in the 3D world with your senses, with how you feel, what you see, what you smell, what you touch. And then your soul can get a little bit more room to grow, and your emotions And you, my dear soul, you are the one who is observing all of this. And you never change. You're always the same. You always is. Perfect soul, just the way you are. Perfect soul, just the way you are. Perfect soul, just the way you are. Nothing wrong with you. Nothing went wrong when you came to this dimension. But sometimes the soul gets trapped in the mind. The mind keeps going non-stop. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Mind going constant. And the soul be all confused and wither away because the mind, da, 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 going constant. And the possibilities for quieting the mind, so you can center yourself in your body, in your vessel, strengthen your vessel. That's where your soul, where you are going to be living this whole time that you're on planet Earth. Father. So here we have possibilities, and we have Father energy coming out. Talent for creating and supporting life. Positively guiding light with a tribal unit. And the shadow attributes is dictatorial control and abuse of authority. Talent for creating and supporting life. I know there's been a lot of possibilities for people who grow up with a shadow father, like dictatorial control and abuse of authority. That can create a lot of tension, troubled thoughts, weariness. It can create, there's a whole possibilities of things that will be created in your mind with that kind of energy around you. So if you've experienced that, there is going to be things that you would have to work on within yourself to find that peace and the acceptance of yourself as you are. A good father figure, however, can teach, there's a great possibilities for a good father figure too, is like to teach these kids, to teach children to learn how to live, teach them how to do life. What do I do with this life? How do I live it in a good way for me? And for that to happen, the father also must be awakened and aware. If not, they cannot teach you what they don't know. And so for most people are very unconscious still. So keep that in mind with that. We got the death card, so there's a transformation. Maybe you had to leave your household. Maybe you had to leave your household, your childhood home or place. Maybe you had to leave it to get away so that you could find and leave behind the shadow attributes and search new possibilities elsewhere. Maybe you had to, there's also the possibility to train yourself and to then, in hindsight, go in there and be a good father figure to yourself. Go in there and nourish the inner child. Comfort and guide the inner child and allow the inner child to be seen, heard, and felt, so that inner child can stop being on march like the demonstration. Hey, I'm still here, you didn't hear me, I'm still here, I got the signage up here, you got to hear me. And then little child is coming out in all kinds of scenarios where you weren't expecting a child to show up, and it can create a lot of weirdness in your life. But taking a moment to say goodbye to things and welcoming in the new, taking a pause, little stalemate. If you make a big move like that, and you're going for like, oh, the possibilities, they're endless. I'm going to go out into the world and I'm going to experience all these endless possibilities for growth and all that stuff. And then you come out in the world and you're like, holy cow, now what am I gonna do? And then you might just have to take a pause and sit still for a while, figuring out little by slowly, going inward to your soul. How do you feel about these things? Not the anxiety, the fear, or what was installed in you from before, but how do you feel? Does it make you happy? If you want to live a happy life, you have to find things that make you happy and then do more of those things, right? And judgment, rising up, awakening. Beautiful, very beautiful. Learning the lessons, seeing the possibilities, the ability to even see that there are all these possibilities when maybe you've been held into, I was going to say coffin, but you're held into a box, or you've been put into a box. There is your place in this life, but you see other possibilities. So you're like, no, that is not my place, and I don't like it in there. It's dark, it's tight, it's smells, and I don't like it in there. So I'm gonna go out, and I'm gonna go out into the world. I'm gonna leave all this behind. Sold, first buyer, take it, it's yours. Going into meditation state, and then finding the best possibilities, the best solutions for yourself, rising up, finding the inner faith, finding the knowing that you can do what you want to do, that you can set your intentions and do what you want to do. And then with the humor, we have, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. So with the humor, I mean, for people with abandonment issues, people with been through violent encounters, people who've seen people do a lot of weird, crazy stuff. All of a sudden, these people just flip a coin and here comes pain body. Oh my goodness. Sometimes it can be helpful to, or for me, always it was humor. Like I just started laughing at everything, and then I didn't have to deal with it really like deeply. But it's not always a good thing to laugh of everything. So tools, they might soothe your situation, they might fit your scenario for the time being. And then as you grow older and you nourish the inner child, you take care of your inner stuff and be kind and gentle and compassionate with yourself. And then maybe you'll also see that it's not always a good thing to laugh about everything. But it might be just a habit, so you have to maybe go inside and change it around. But having humor to things is just lightening the load of this life anyway. Emperor, well, very stoic work machine, not a work machine, well, kind of. Emperor got his affairs in order, strategy, all that stuff, but also the kindness and also the compassion is found in the emperor as well. And humor is always a good thing, even if you're powerful and up there, and humor. And we got the tower. Sometimes everything just crumbles around us. Maybe you had the idea, you thought you was doing great, and then everything crumbles together. And your whole life crumbles together, like because you didn't take care of the internal stuff. So here you are, successful, doing your thing, having it all figured out with your time and your resources, your job, your emotions, you have everything kind of figured out, and then boom, bang, there comes something that just pops up in your world and it throws everything off center. So there's the tower and a huge sudden change in your life, and the high priestess. And the tower is just going to allow you to be able to go within and find those inner answers. And only you know what is true for your story. So your soul already knows it. You just have to sit down and give it time to communicate it to you so that you can take it into your brain, into your mind, and then you can process it. Often also heavy burdens or heavy scenarios, difficult, scary scenarios that you experienced in your life, they also sit in your body somehow. So once you sit down and you go internally and you allow your intuition to work for you, maybe you feel an urge to move in a certain way or just stretch a certain way. Maybe you feel an urge to like start a yoga class. Maybe you feel an urge to start weight training. Maybe you feel an urge to do something with your body or your physical self. And listen to those urges, because that might be how you can get those tears out of your system, or that shock and the fear out of your system, so that you don't have to keep repeating the same patterns that was laid there when that scenario happened. And you can free yourself. And all that glitters is not gold. That is so true. All that glitters isn't gold. I think also it varies from people to people. Like but all that glitters isn't gold. Sometimes beyond the facade, sometimes the picture perfect 10 of Pentacles. Yay, we are all gathered here today. We're all super scary. We're all super annoyed, or like we're all super uneased, or everybody is not really quite feeling well. And then but we have to do the picture, so we're going to take the picture anyway. And so even if you see the happiest picture of a family, like beyond, if you look in their eyes, if you look in their postures, you might see what's going on behind closed doors, but it's usually always very different from what it is portrayed to show. Like Facebook happy, or like, you know, everybody just showing off the happiest moments, but you don't see the beyond it. At the King of Pentacles, so going for the gold, fame, wealth, power, all these things, all that glitters isn't gold. There's a lot of downsides to fame. For example, you cannot walk outside if you want, when you want to. Or if you're super famous, you can't go anywhere. Like, you have to just go into certain places where other famous people are, or where you be protected. And also people be jealous and coming at you with all kinds of different intentions. And your time, everybody wants your time. Everybody wants to spend time with you. Everyone wants to build their own luck on your luck. And so there you have all those people coming after you. So all that glitters isn't necessarily gold. And you have to uphold it too. That's another challenge with fame. Do you want to be like a one-hit wonder, or do you want to keep the fame? Then you really have to work hard, and it takes a lot of effort and work to stay there. So, and hindsight, it might not always be that it glitters and it looks very tempting and it looks like, oh my gosh, this is the ultimate joy or the ultimate fulfillment. But it might not be the ultimate fulfillment. You might rather find it within yourself. And you can still do what you want to do, but the Ace of Wands, yep, passionate new beginning. Passionate new beginning with something real, something truthful, something that is not glitter and gold. It holds its own value. Great Spirit, we have possibilities, endless possibilities. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for being with us here today. As per usual, I am asking whether you would like to add something to this reading. Possibilities, we have father figure, we have humor, use humor, and all that glitters isn't gold. And is there one last message to add to this today? And we have prayer feather. Prayer feather, okay. Prayer feather. love is flowing to you and through you. Love is flowing to you and through you. No matter what an individual is saying or doing, love him or her anyway. Love them anyway. Love their soul. Not always their labels like father, like labels like rich, or labels like whatever labels. Love them anyway. No matter what an individual is saying or doing, love him or her anyway. Gather your inner forces silently and secretly. Love deeply and fully with every ounce of your being. Even if someone isn't fulfilling your expectations, it's easy to love people when they're acting wonderfully. The true challenge is to love them when they aren't. Feathers in native cultures often represent a connection with the Creator. Birds often symbolize messengers between the two-legged humans and spirit. This is your time to love and be loved. The love that you send out to the world comes back to you 1,000 hundredfolds. There are times when the small concerns of everyday life need to drop away and be replaced by the majesty of your being. This is that time. Prayer feathers are decorated feathers that can be used for many purposes. In some traditions, prayers are placed into the feather. You can hold it to your heart or between your hands as you focus on your prayer, and then tie it onto a bush so when the wind blows, it carries the prayer to the Creator. Another kind of prayer feather is a decorated feather or a decorated bundle of feathers that are used for smudging, sacred smoke ceremonies. The smoke is to cleanse the space as well as carry your prayers upward. And the beautiful light in me, the same beautiful light in you, I honor it, I love it, and I respect it. Until next time, namaste.